Hello everyone, it's Mystical Mags. I am going to speak about 2021, the Year of the Hierophant. Now, as well as using tarot in the traditional sense to provide psychic readings for individuals, it is also used to give a universal impression for the year ahead. This is a general reading which applies equally to all of us for the year ahead. It gives us an idea of the trends and the themes which we all face together for the coming year. How we do this is by taking the number of the year, for example, 2021, and reduce those numbers by adding them together. So for this year, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. Each tarot card has a number, and in the case of the number 5, that is the number we attribute to the card in the tarot deck called the Hierophant or High Priest. We are then able to see what kind of energies are in store for us for that year. So in saying this, let's take a quick look back to 2020. No, I hear you cry. I'd rather not, but bear with me. So using the same method we used for the Hierophant, we can reduce the numbers in 2020, which comes to the number 4. Now, the energies associated with last year were those of the Emperor card. So what do we mean by energies? Well, it's the influences which helped to determine the direction that year would take. So for example, last year was very much about the influences of the Emperor card, which is about leadership, control, and responsibility. Now, the word unprecedented has been used to the point of exhaustion in trying to describe last year. So, I've come up with a new one, a different one to use, which I think nicely sums up 2020. Omnishambolic. Let me say that again. Omnishambolic. Which is 2020 forced us to eat humble pie. Many of us lost a lot of things and people, but looking from another perspective, we've gained 20 years of wisdom in 1 year alone in learning how to weather difficult times. Now, joking aside about the word omnishambolic, we really have to give ourselves a pat on the back with how we all pulled together, because the times were so unprecedented. There were bound to be times when there was a loss of direction. And so the Emperor card was applicable to the events which we have all recently gone through and still facing. The image which is often depicted on the tarot card represents the tarot as a grey-haired, stern-looking father figure type character, and is often associated with themes such as authority, political power, leadership, ambition, and its share of important lessons. If we relate this to 2020, clear and transparent leadership was important for situations to roll out effectively. Leaders were challenged to make decisions in every country and organization. We saw that good leaders were thriving, while others faced challenges and disapproval. It was also about people following authority, especially in times of crisis, and how we weathered the storm together. We can certainly say last year was a mixed bag, wasn't it? There were winners and there were losers. Moving on to this year, the Hierophant, I suspect that it's going to be very much a time of soul searching for all of us. What things worked? What didn't? What lessons were learnt? What could we have done better? These are the sorts of questions we will be facing this year. After all, the Hierophant is very much a card which is about core values, which we hold to be dear. It's also about the respect we have for each other in maintaining a sense of community. Whatever intentions you set for 2021, this year will be a great teacher. Whether you stepped up as a student or as a counsellor, be mindful of how the Hierophant may influence your life and the world in the year ahead. 2020 will have both pleasant and challenging lessons. It is really about our willingness to accept and take on those challenges in order to fully assimilate the lessons which came up in the year just gone. Now, although the Hierophant is about tradition and social rules, it also connects us to our inner teacher, our inner guru, our personal source of wisdom and the teachings that our soul carries within us. In other words, the kind of difficulties we have been through will hopefully have taught us a greater self-reliance. The Hierophant connects us to student energy and being ready to study and having an open mind to learn something new. Whether you decide to study metaphysical topics, worldly issues, or even go back to school to finish something you previously started. 2021 could be the year to become a student once again. We all have something to share and teach, whether through actions, through writing, through videos, or even classes. What is your gift to the world? This planet we are on is in desperate need of kind, inspired, and wise teachers. Will you be rising to the role? Perhaps as a mentor, and teach as others have taught you. Now for 2021, you may choose to review your spiritual practices, beliefs, and even decide whether anything needs to be let go of, or kept, or transformed even. The year ahead will give us a chance to slow down, revisit your spirituality, and make any changes that may be necessary. This year is also about breaking free. We are invited to investigate the ways in which tradition and convention constrain us, and to take the steps to find freedom from them. The year ahead will provide us with plenty of opportunities to renew our minds. While the Hierophant card is an indicator that we need to go out of our comfort zone and try something new, but the risks involved must also be considered. You can take chances and seek to liberate, and at the same time, it is about respecting rules and values. It's about balance, finding new ways to do things whilst respecting the old ways. A good saying is done by not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. In other words, don't get rid of everything. There are still things to hold on to. But also the Hierophant is a card of wisdom, tradition, and institutions that support and sustain us, our bodies, our minds, and our soul. This Hierophant energy is about wisdom that is passed down from generation to generation. You may receive an invitation to connect further to your roots, rethink the foundations of your personality, and do ancestral work. With the instability of last year, people will be questioning and seeking a certain amount of stability again, which the Hierophant energy brings, such as traditions, customs, values. After not having the freedom to do the little things in 2020 due to lockdown restrictions, this year will be about appreciating all over again the importance of those little things that we took for granted until they were taken away from us. Things that brought people together and created a social bond, a community. Looking at the Hierophant card from the point of view of numerology, we can assess other influences coming into the picture. The number 5 is a halfway house between 1 and 10, and can therefore be a significant stage of transition. And 2021 is such a time of change and challenges. The Hierophant is the card for 2020 because 2021 even, because 2021 in numerology reduces to the number 5. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. And the number 5 vibrates strongly with themes such as change, difficulty, and conflict. 2021 is a year of change because we are transitioning away from one of the most challenging years in modern history, with a worldwide pandemic and related economic and financial suffering. The number 5 signifies liberty, change, and again that word transition. 2021 will push us to be active, physical, impulsive, impatient, resourceful, curious, and playful in its vibrations. It also implies excitement, adventure, and fast movements. It would make one feel like being on a roller coaster ride. Exhilarating. So I'm hoping you found what I've spoken about today, 2021, the Hierophant, the Year of the Hierophant, really interesting. Okay, I'm going to say bye for now and look out for more videos from Mystical Mags. Thank you.